Super Mario 3D World, the game where you can Hey, listen, I'm all for speedrunning, but I'm not insane. My point being is that 3D World is a mostly complete game with very impressive speedruns. So how am I supposed to compete with these guys with thousands of hours while I barely play 4-player any I'm not. Okay, but if I'm not gonna be playing the game speedrunning it, and all the optimizations have essentially been found by now, what do I do? Oh. Wait. Hold it! Okay, bear with me for a second, but here's the thing. But there is technically 2 gameplay bits in the entire game. One is the most well-known and obviously most played, which is actually playing the levels. But there is also playing outside of the levels, aka the overworld. There is a reason why I said this game was mostly perfected. It's obviously because of the levels, but the overworld, on the other hand, there has been only one thing discovered, which was an Out of Bounds in World 8 that was previously on the Wii U, but it was rediscovered on the Switch using multiple controllers. That is what hasn't been perfected yet. Only took a minute and a half to finally explain what this video is about, but let's explain how the Out of Bounds works on the Switch. Shoyo on Discord discovered that you can trap player 2 next to this little part that will stop player 2 from running towards player 1. This is very important because when player 1 walks just far enough away from player 2 will then start hovering over towards player 1. During this time when player 2 is hovering, you can connect a third controller to then spawn where player 2 is at, and since player 2 is bubbling over to player 1, player 3 is going to spawn on player 2 and fall down. During then, all you have to do is just disconnect player 2 and player 1. Then you can control player 3 and fall to the mystery box. Now the thing is, there isn't a lot you can do with this. World 8 Out of Bounds worked under a lot of things going right. I mean, there was the ledge, and then there was barely hovering over the void to then do it. So what could I do to make something new? There's also like the purpose of it. World 8 allowed you to skip to the mystery box in World 4. So what? Hold on. In any percent, what you do is you go to World 1 Captain Toad by taking a long path that takes like around 20 seconds to travel. However, it's also a Captain Toad level. Mystery box levels are able to be entered whenever, as long as you're able to get to there. However, Captain Toad levels are one of the same. And it just so happens that there's a Captain Toad in World 1. So, hear me out, what if we skipped 1-1 and 1-2 and just went to the other side and did Captain Toad before we even do the first level? Yeah, now that's the reason why my thumbnail looks like that. I drew that and it took a long time. Please subscribe to that, please. The idea would be to have Luigi get trapped in one of the corners so that Peach can run away, and then Mario would pop out of Luigi's bubble onto the other side. But can't really trap Luigi here, so that's a bust. I then decided to start trying to make it so that Mario would be able to land on the seam of the Out of Bounds. This would make it so that Mario could potentially walk across the entire border to then go to the other side. However, that is time consuming and probably impossible without task tools. So after doing this for a few hours, I had one last idea. I want to stick with the idea of standing on the seam and then jumping to the other side. However, the only seam that would seem feasible to do that would be on the seam right here. And I think I have an idea, but it's going to require one more controller. To put it simply for what's happening, Luigi does not have enough distance to bubble over to Peach. However, I can increase the distance by having Mario follow Luigi, being player 3. And using this fact, I can then disconnect Luigi as Peach is running to then have Mario bubble over following Peach, and then hopefully... Oh! Okay, there is no scene. Okay, I give up. I've been doing this for like 3 hours. I'm done. Wait, shouldn't Luigi...
See ya. See ya.
Huh?
I immediately posted my findings to the 3D World Discord, which got some discussion going, as this was pretty big for any percent multiplayer and a new way to bubble across areas.
However, this is when I get a very particular message that changes everything. What are you talking about? I'll try to see what I can do. Using player respawn anchoring, which is what I use in World 1 Captain Toad Early, you can bubble anywhere. Now, the problem is just creating enough distance between Luigi and Peach in order to make it. This is where it ends. I have tried everything I could possibly think of. I tried normal player respawn anchoring, and when that didn't work, I tried increasing the distance by stalling Luigi before reaching Peach, and nothing worked. If skipping World Mushroom were to be real, this would save over 10 minutes in boss blitz percent. But without any more world map shenanigans, I think I'm gonna have to call it. What? You know what? No! There is over 10 minutes to be discovered for speedrunning. That is literally what my entire channel is about. So you know what? Cue the Ace Attorney music one more time. We're gonna do a deep dive through everything there is in the world map. Two interactions that players will mostly experience are jumping and just walking around in the world map. These are the most common because these are the ones that you can do in single player. However, if you have no friends, you will realize there is a third secret interaction with multiple controllers called stumbling. This is the key to finally figuring out this puzzle. Combining all three in this way will have Peach stumble Luigi, and then Luigi will start trying to move towards Peach. However, the first frame possible, we jump, and then Luigi should jump away. After pausing, he should then disconnect after half a second of walking, which is not enough time to catch up to Peach. I have now been doing research for the past 2 weeks. And you know what? I think it's time to discover the biggest skip in 3D world history.
Hey guys, yeah, that was me. I did that one part of the video.